All right, now an Aussie reality TV show has landed itself in hot water with one of its chosen charities pulling out of the program.
I'm a Celebrity has been slammed for letting contestants pet lion cubs with accusations it didn't properly research where the animals had come from.
The challenge was to test Star's knowledge of jungle critters.
What is that? Is he sitting on me?
But after this stunt, I'm a Celebrity's been accused of a lack of knowledge. Jo Beth Taylor had to use her feet to identify different creatures before she cuddled up to this lion cub.
So he's a baby white lion, and they're critically endangered. So he's part of a breeding program.
Oh, hello.
It seemed cute enough, but the charity nominated by contestant Dean Geyer wasn't impressed. The South African charity insists the cub came from a breeding farm where it was being raised to entertain tourists. Many are sold for canned hunting.
It's butchering lions for fun and profit. It's not acceptable.
While I'm a Celebrity's now wrapped up, Network 10 insists the production followed necessary procedures.
So can hunting is where Peter Ford's with us. Pete, can hunting is where the animals are bred and then shot later by hunters who pay a lot of money to do it. Is that right?
Exactly. And in fact, Four Corners last night was about this very subject. People who are very rich and have a desire to do this. Maybe I'm a bad person, but I don't get it. And they get a kick out of doing it. And now, let's be really clear, we're not suggesting for a second that any of that on-air talent there had any idea about this. Dr. Chris himself has condemned canned hunting, although the people who are objecting are saying the very fact that Dr. Chris did go and pat that animal and play with it and hand it to Jo Beth, that in itself condemns the lion to an ugly fate. Now, Channel 10 are insisting they did everything above board. The producers over in South Africa did everything above board. They sourced the leopards and also the lion cub from a particular place where they say it is not going to be eventually killed. The accusation is being made that that particular place where they sourced the animals from do eventually go on and sell them for canned hunting. So it's ugly stuff.
Okay, so the charity pulled out. So who could we blame? Like, is Channel 10 responsible, or were the producers organised this stuff? And obviously the people who host the show have no idea where these things have probably come from. So who's to blame here?
Well, I'm not sure anyone is to blame as such. I don't think anybody wittingly, I mean, bearing in mind the South African tourist people were underwriting a lot of this show, so they would not, the producers would not want to embroil them in a controversy like this. So I think they have been duped. I think they have gone along in good faith and thought, yeah, this is all above board, and little did they know that these beautiful little creatures that we see are probably going to end up being shot by people who are getting kicks out of doing that.
Well, it's a warning to sort of do your homework, isn't it? All right, Peter, thank you for that.
Thank you.
If you would like to read the full statement from the 10 Network and campaign against canned hunting, both of them are on the Daily Fact Sheet on our website.